If you've ever noticed a theme on the channel here, it's that I hate corporations. I really think they are soulless giants who don't care about the fans, don't care about talent. They just care about like that boardroom where they're trying to just like keep their own clout going, keep their own shares, making themselves money, and at the expense of like everything good and true in our society. That's been a big theme on the channel here that we've been exploring for a long time. And we usually attack like Disney or Warner Brothers because those have been the worst over the last couple years. Google is another one. Hi, Google. I hope you don't ban me, okay? And now like Nintendo's doing something weird. And this isn't like a like SJW woke kind of thing. This is just something that happens in all corporations, that the people who really make the entertainment, the art that's valued, at least by the consumer, don't get their fair share and don't get their due from these corporations. And this is happening with Bayonetta now in the Nintendo franchise. There's a big controversy stewing with this. We're going to get to that in a second. If you guys don't know who I am, and if you're new to the channel, I'm John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I was canceled back in 2017, and I decided to go my own way rather than go the publishing route. Well, they didn't really give me a choice. I'm blacklisted from science fiction publishing, from comics, but I make my own deal. And so this is Overmind. If you like say, Metroid Zero, I would say. If you're a Nintendo fan, that's maybe the closest thing we got, or Star Fox. This is where you're going to absolutely love my comic, Overmind. It's about a secret agent who's going out and fighting an AI in a big galactic imperium. It's 66 pages of fun, beautiful art. Go check that out in the description below. I really appreciate you guys who've been supporting our art here. We can't do it without you. This is what independent art's all about, and you guys are really building something great here, and I appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, here's the controversy of the day. Is Bayonetta's OG voice actor asks fans to boycott the third game after Platinum Games' wage fallout. This is wild. And so you get into this. Bayonetta is a huge character. As the voice actress Helena Taylor says, she's made not very much off of this when Nintendo's made close to $500 million just on the games, without all the toys and the licensing and the things like that. $500 million is what this franchise is. Of course, Bayonetta as a character's been in Smash Brothers, which is a huge, it's one of the biggest franchises out there. One of the best games ever, too. And so with that, you'd think that they'd like take care of their talent, really foster something here. But this is what the corporations do. I always talk about this in the context of comics. They want you focused on buying Batman, right? And this is Bayonetta. This is a analogy, right? So if somebody goes in like Chuck Dixon and writes Batman for years, and he really makes the character into something special because of Chuck Dixon's work, they don't want you to really be focused on Chuck Dixon. They want you to be like, meh, he's making too much money. We're going to replace him and have a new guy come up and do the run. That way they replace somebody with cheaper new talent that they don't have to like pay somebody more going forward for their experience, for their depth, for their work. It doesn't matter. They want you focused on that brand, and then that the brand's interchangeable. They really think about this with voice actors. They change voice actors in videos, in anime and all that all the time because like you don't even see the person. So if somebody can kind of approximate the voice, it's close enough, it's good enough, and you'll eventually forget about it, and that'll fade into memory. Gosh, how many different people have played Ash and Pikachu, right? Or in Pokemon rather. That's just an example of like where these people like can't really get anywhere, and when you're not the face of it, when it's not your body that people are looking at, it makes it all the easier to do this to people. So Helena is getting screwed here. When they offered her a voice acting role for their full video game, it's a lot of work. They only offered her $4,000. Now, for example of like a voice acting job at my level, like my audiobook narrators is getting like probably about $1,000 when it's said and done for the Immortal Edge novel deal. So she with an audience base of like maybe 1,000 people who are reading my book is getting that for her work, but just because of the time it takes. And of course, I appreciate the talent. And look, I got to make money. I hope she can make money and be happy. I want her to continue with us because, like I said, it's about community. It's about treating the talent right, and she does a good job. So I want to make sure that's the case. And of course, if we ever get to a $500 million property with it, we'll be paying her a lot more. That's how it'll work. So Helena is getting $4K for a full video game. And when this is already an established property, she is the voice of this main character, Bayonetta, who's a huge character. It's absolutely absurd. And this is what corporations do. Now, when she said no to that number because she wanted something more, because she wants to feed her family, whatever, they just were like, screw it, we'll replace you. And that's terrible. I mean, that's dehumanizing. It's saying that her talent's worthless, basically. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's 4K by itself for the amount of work that she's going to do. I mean, how much more does she need just to make a living doing voice acting? Let's not even get into that. But, the fact that she's just interchangeable with somebody else, what a signal does that send? So I'm standing with Helena here, and I am calling for the boycott of this because you know what? We have to stand up for our creators. We have to stand up for talent. We have to stand against the corporations. It's evil what they're doing. The fact that they treat us all like we're just like disposable products, like we're something that's worthless, is unacceptable to me. And I want that to change. I want the arts to flourish, and I want people like Helena to succeed. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Hit that like and subscribe button. Really appreciate you. And check out Overmind, of course. We would appreciate you supporting our books too. Thanks. See you.